What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Michael, and we have one new card to talk about, and we have some examples of cards that do a similar effect. Because the article lists one, but I'm gonna list a few. For you degenerates out there that want an effect like this, I'm gonna suggest some that are a little bit better, if not a little bit more, even if they are a little bit more situational. So, first up first we're going to talk about this new card. So this new card is called Yowie. It's a level 3 Earth Reptile Effect monster with 500 attack and 500 defense. You can only use this card's effect once per duel, and you can only special summon monsters once per turn, once this card is activated. So basically, you only get a special summon once, and you can only activate this card's effect once per duel. If this card is summoned and no other cards are summoned at the same time, you could skip your opponent's next draw phase. So, why is this effect powerful? Well, the effect itself is powerful of skipping an opponent's draw phase, as it could, in the past, it has led to a lot of lockouts and made it so your opponent can never recover from ever playing the game. Once you got the lock going, it was impossible for them to get out because they couldn't draw any cards to out it. So that's why skipping draw phase is generally the most, the strongest phase to skip. However, let's go into why I don't think that this particular card is actually very good. And I'm going to say this because while the effect is good, the downsides outweigh the effect. Because we don't have a deck to use it, and we probably won't have a deck to use this card's effect ever. It's harder to build around than something like Time Seal and Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu also came out at a time, and so did Time Seal, where cards were they didn't really think about the power level of cards too much because they came out a long time ago. Now they do. And on top of that, Time Seal is kind of easy to, it's still to this day a little easier to get that card to work and lock out your opponent more than this one. For this one to go right, you'd have to or to get max effectiveness out of this, you would have to either play it in a set 4 or 5 pass. With this card being your turn 1, you go normal summon, set 4, pass. Hope they don't have Harpy's Feather Duster, which most decks don't play in the main deck, so you'd probably be fine. Then, hope that they can't play through with those 5 cards, your 4 cards that are set. That's what you're hoping with this card. And then when you draw for turn, you're also out of resources at that point. So, you put the game into a standstill of where you're both out of resources, whereas with other cards that had this effect like Yatagarasu and Time Seal and even Fenrir, you don't have that downside. And if you're wondering what all those cards that I just listed off are, I have them pulled up right here. So these 3 cards are the most comparable. I have other things. The other cards are effects that skip other parts of the turn. But we're mainly going to talk about these 3, and I'll kind of say what the other ones do. They're kind of separated by the turn order, or how the turn goes. So the draw step, the main phase 1, battle phase, main phase 2. And then this is just the whole turn. Same with this, if you get 7 materials. But, anyway. So, Time Seal and Yatagarasu and Fenrir, in my own opinion, is actually easier to make work on a consistent basis of locking your opponent out. Or having an impact, I should say. Because these 3 can technically lock your opponent out. Fenrir will only do it until they run out of monsters, which they're probably going to, considering that you're stopping them from drawing. So if you got them in a position where Fenrir can stop them from drawing over and over again, its effect will eventually wear itself out. Yatagarasu won't, so that's the reason why Yatagarasu is gonna stay banned. It's gonna uh, you're gonna constantly hit them, and they're never gonna get resources again. Even if it does eat up your normal summon every single turn, it's worth it if they can't play. And Time Seal is something similar, whereas with Time Seal, I just said Time Seal. There is a trap card. That says skip your opponent's draw phase, but we have Temple of the King. We have the Errata Temple of the Kings, where you can activate one trap card the turn it is set. We have so you can do that immediately. Do that if you want. Granted, you have to play Temple of the Kings, and you have to play a whole deck built around it. But if you're playing a deck built around these effects anyway, that shouldn't matter. But yeah, I think that overall this card's downsides kind of outweigh its upside. And now, but I will say I really do like that they put a once per duel on this card. I think that that is fine. I think the downside, the bigger downside of this card not seeing play is the fact that you can't special summon more than once the turn you activate this card. I think that is the big takeaway of why this card got nerfed so much. And I think that that's the reason this card's not gonna see play from a competitive standpoint. Now, from a casual standpoint, if you're gonna play this, from a casual standpoint, my recommendation is you just go all out and you try to lock your opponent completely out of playing the game in general. So you try to do the whole no draw phase. The only phase that they're gonna get is the standby phase, because there isn't a good monster for that. There's a trap card that makes you skip your own standby phase, which can come in handy in like one situation. It's so like niche that like, oh, during your standby phase, if you're gonna take like your last like, I don't know, 500 to lose the game, you can skip your standby phase with that one trap card. But uh but yeah, I'd suggest you trying to build a deck around like Fenrir to skip the draw phase. Uh, like the Time Eater, somehow got Time Eater in order to skip your opponent's battle phase or main phase 1. Big long nodes skip their main phase 2, or the battle phase, I mean. And then you can have Terminal World if you really want to skip their main phase 2. That way the only phase they'll get is the standby phase. If you want to do something like that, that's a very, like, it's a hard deck to pull off. And it's more for casual things. It's a scumbag, it's considered a scumbag thing because you're skipping your opponent's turns and all that. Essentially, it takes a lot of work to do it. To the point where you probably should just play like a Arcana Force the World deck, where you have to win a coin flip, and then you can just keep constantly skipping your opponent's next turn, and you have to have a deck built around it for that. But anyway, I rambled on long enough. My general thoughts on this card is it's not very good. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday. If you want to send me any cool deck profiles or replays, my email is in the description. And of course, and as always, have a wonderful day.